Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 3, Movements Towards a New World, lecture number 8. Friends, up to now, in this chapter, we discussed about the several incidents which brought the second destructive war, that is the Second World War, very near. And this second destructive world war was experienced by the world. Friends, if we talk about the world history, again the world experienced this destructive Second World War. Though after the First World War, several efforts were made by the powerful leaders of the nations to stop such kind of destructive war. For that purpose, to maintain international peace and security, they had already established the League of the Nations. But still, as we learned in the previous chapter as well, the League of the Nations was failed and the world again experienced the terrible Second World War. Friends, we learned the several incidents like the fascism, in which we discussed that Italy was ignored after the victory in the First World War. Italy was on the side of the Allied nations. After the First World War ended, Italy was ignored in choosing the territories. Other side, Britain and France, they took the territories of their own choice. This was not liked by the Italians. At that time, Benito Mussolini, he established the Fascist Party. Here, fascism means the total control of the state on everything. Friends, this Benito Mussolini, he kept the symbol, the bundle of stick and axe, which was in fact a symbol of the power of Roman Empire. He worked on the principle of one party, one leader. He believed in that principle, that one party should be there and only one leader should be there in the country. He gave military training to his volunteers and trained for the further wars. He captured several territories by attacking the different countries and later on broke the tie-up with the League of the Nations and joined the Rome-Berlin-Tokyo axis. And in that manner, Italy became one of the responsible countries for that lead to the Second World War. After that, we discussed about the Nazism in Germany, in which we discussed that, as we all know, that during the First World War, Germany was made responsible for the First World War. And due to that reason, during the Paris Peace process, Germany had to sign the Treaty of Versailles. The Germans were not satisfied. They did not like for this treatment done with the Germany. In that period, in the year 1919, Adolf Hitler joined the National Socialist German Worker Party, which was known as the Nazi Party. After the death of the German president Hindenburg, Adolf Hitler assumed the post and established his dictatorial rule. He believed in aggressive and severe policies. Due to that reason, he killed lots of European Jews, Gypsies and mentally challenged peoples on the name of the purification of the German race. This whole event in the world history was known as Holocaust. Friends, it is believed that it was due to this philosophy of Adolf Hitler of establishing colonialism and his dictatorial policies that brought again the Second World War very near. After that, we also discussed about the militarism in Japan, in which we learned, just like Italy, Japan was also ignored after the First World War. Japan was given some of the provinces of China, while on the other side, Britain and France chose and took the territories of Germany, which was again not liked by the people of Japan. During that time, elections took place in Japan, and the party supporting the military, they came into rule and started the policy of expansion and colonization, and started capturing the different countries, different weaker countries. And in this way, again Japan also broke up the tie with the League of the Nations. And friends, again in this manner, Japan also became responsible for the Second World War. We also discussed about the global depression that was created after the First World War. People were suffering from lots of problems like poverty, unemployment, starvation. And due to that reason, people started selling their shares in the Wall Street of America. And this event created the money crisis in the entire world. This whole event in which the crisis was experienced in the Wall Street was known as Wall Street crisis. Even the powerful Britain was not left out of this crisis. It had to give up its policy of reserving gold on the behalf of their currency, pound. Friends, even America had to put certain restriction on their trade and policies. Due to this reason, many countries came into debt. So this global depression, to come out of this global depression, many countries started taking the support of the other countries. So this global depression again became responsible for the Second World War. Friends, after that we started discussing about the factors responsible for Second World War, in which just like the factors responsible for First World War, we started discussing, in which the first factor that we discussed as the factor responsible for First World War was fierce nationalism. This fierce nationalism was started in Germany, Italy and Japan, in which this country, as we learned that these all countries were dissatisfied with the treatment that they experienced after the First World War. And due to that reason, the people of this country, they started developing fierce nationalism in their mind. They wanted to take revenge from the other countries. Another factor that we learned, that is the groupism, in which we learned that these countries, for the sake of further rule, for the sake of protecting themselves, they started different group. We learned that France, which was almost ruined during the First World War by Germany, as a step of precautions, France started signing treaty with other countries. Same way, all the countries started signing with treaties with each other, and these formed the groupism in the world, which showed the clear sign of the future war. We learned about the militarism as an important factor, in which we learned that different and dangerous production of weapons started increasing. Many countries started giving military training to their people. Destructive weapons were maximum in production. This also that the World War was near. We learned about the Treaty of Versailles in the previous lecture as an important factor. We learned how Germany was treated after the First World War and was forcibly Germany had to sign this Treaty of Versailles during the Paris Peace process. In the Treaty of Versailles, Germany had to pay 6.5 billion pounds as a war fine and to give up its Ruhr region as well. It also had to open its region of Rhine River for international sea route. So friends, this Treaty of Versailles was not liked by the Germans, and due to that reason, this Treaty of Versailles also became an important factor for the future Second World War. let us move forward, friends, to understand another important factor of production, another factor responsible for Second World War. Continuing with the same topic about factors responsible for Second World War. Let us start by understanding the factors responsible for Second World War. Continuing further, that is the fifth one, understanding the sixth one about the imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler. Imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler. Friends, up to now, in this factor responsible for Second World War, we learned the different 5 factors responsible. That was fierce nationalism, groupism, militarism, failure of the National League, and the Treaty of Versailles. Now moving towards the sixth one, that is imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler. How? The imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler, as we all know, the Adolf Hitler's main aim was to make Germany, to establish Germany as the superpower in the world. So this ambition, this imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler became responsible for Second World War. Here it is said, Hitler also laid the foundation of Second World War. Hitler also laid the foundation of Second World War. Here it is said that if we talk about Hitler, it is said Hitler was a fierce nationalist. Hitler was a fierce nationalist. Or we can say Hitler had a fierce nationalist, militarist, and imperialist nature. If we talk about the nature of Hitler, we have clearly understood in the previous lectures that the nature of Hitler was like a fierce nationalist. He was a militarist, means he was very strict to his each rules and regulations, his each policies, and he was of imperialist nature. Friends, so this is the information about the nature of Adolf Hitler. He said he wanted Germany to be superpower in the world. He wanted Germany to be the superpower in the world. He wanted Germany to be economically stable. Here it is said he wanted Germany to be the superpower in the world. He also wanted Germany to be economically stable and prosperous and prosper at any cost. Here it is said that he wanted Germany to become superpower in the world. He wanted Germany to be at the first position in the world. He wanted Germany to become the superpower. he wanted Germany to become economically stable. As we all know that after the First World War, Germany was totally economically ruined, right? So now Adolf Hitler's goal was to make Germany economically stable and prosper at any cost. He decided that on the sake of any cost, he wanted Germany to become economically stable and prosperous as well. Here it is said that Austria became the first victim of Hitler's imperialistic policy. Here it is said that Austria became the first victim of Hitler's imperialistic policies, he can say. Economically, as we understood that he wanted Germany to become economically stable at any cost, and as he was of imperialistic nature, Austria became the first victim of Hitler's imperialistic policies. He said that if we say he started to react and show his imperialistic policies to the world, and due to that reason Austria was the first victim who experienced the imperialistic policies or imperialistic nature of Adolf Hitler. Friends, here it is said that on 12th March 1938, Hitler, along with the German army, entered into Austria and captured it. Friends, here it is said that on 12th March 1938, Adolf Hitler entered into Austria and captured it. Through this way, here it is said, Austria experienced the imperialistic nature. He became the victim of Adolf Hitler's imperialistic nature. Then here it is said, he also captured If we talk about Germany, here it is said that he also captured then he also captured Czechoslovakia, means after capturing Austria, he also captured Czechoslovakia, that is on 1st October 1938. He captured Czechoslovakia on 1st October 1938. That is on the very next day of Munich Convention. That was on the very next day of Munich Convention. Friends, Munich Convention was the occasion that was held over there on the very next day in Czechoslovakia. Here Hitler again captured that on 1st October, that is in the year 1938. Later on, after that Hitler captured the melting pot of Lithuania in March 1939. In March 1939, Hitler again captured the melting pot of Lithuania. Here it is said, thus Hitler expanded Germany. Thus, here we can say that Hitler started expanding Germany and these lead to the creation of great German nation. These created to lead the great German nation, and that is why here it is said, through this we can clearly understood that this imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler became the responsible for the Second World War. So friends, you might have understood this another factor of production, that is another factor responsible for Second World War, that is the imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler. How Adolf Hitler, he started capturing the different parts of the countries. Like first he started Austria, then Czechoslovakia, then melting pot, and through expanding this way he made Germany. He led Germany to the great German nation, and it is said due to this imperialistic ambition of Adolf Hitler, it became responsible for Second World War. So friends, we will understand about another factor in our next lecture. Thank you.